Mensah, commonly known as E.T. Mensah, was a Ghanaian politician. He was a minister for education and a member of parliament in Ghana from January 1997 till January 2017. Mensah was born on 17th of May 1946 and comes from Pram Pram in the Greater Accra region. He schooled at Snaps College of Accountancy, which he completed in 1968. He also had his RSA-3 in 1970, and he became a fellow of the Institute of Financial Accountants in 1986. He was an accountant officer and worked at the University of Ghana, Legon, as an accounting officer.
He's lived a full life. From being an official of the University of Ghana, which is where he was when the revolution took place. They were the early ones who anchored the revolutionary process. Himself and Ama Binyuado were both in the University of Ghana and formed the first CDR, in that institution. And he's also one of those who anchored our new local government when the district assembly concept was rolled out. And so his role in history is cemented, and nobody can take that credit from him.
During the time of the PNDC military regime in Ghana, he was the long-time chief executive of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, akin to be the mayor of the city of Accra.
For me, E.T. Mensah's reign as the mayor of Accra was the most purposeful, most forward-looking, because the government is allowed to appoint 30% of assembly members as government appointees. E.T. Mensah did not bring anybody. He brought people like Mr. Okai, the former Accra Academy headmaster, who became our presiding member, Dr. Dodu, and a chief accountant of CMB, Professor Baita, Mrs. Sanipa. He brought men and women of substance to the Accra Metropolitan Assembly as the 30% contribution. And I am sure the records of Accra Metropolitan Assembly would vindicate the man E.T. Mensah. E.T. had transformed the Accra City Council to Accra Metropolitan Authority, and it was would be a bit difficult that the staff would not accept that there was a new concept called District Assembly, and that the Accra Metropolitan Assembly Authority should be replacing Accra Metropolitan Authority. It became an interesting battle, but in the end, we came to the understanding that working together was better than fighting.
He'd been in AMA for a long time, and I used to call him to advise on certain things, because the deeper work in Greater Accra mostly was in the Accra area. And there are things that we did that helped government to maintain a certain image and develop Accra. Cleaning, waste management, etc., etc. So it's a very big blow.
He joined the National Democratic Congress when it was formed in 1992. Mensah was a Ghanaian politician and stood for Ghanaian parliamentary election in 1996 and was elected Member of Parliament for the Ningo Pram Pram constituency, holding the seat for almost a decade. He first went into Parliament after he was elected as a Member of Parliament of the Second Parliament of the Fourth Republic of Ghana during the 1996 Ghanaian general election.
I decided not to go to Parliament when we started. So I didn't go to Parliament in 1990.
Because you went straight into.
I didn't go to Parliament.
So you came in '97 after the '96.
At the time, the elders in Mingo Pram, they came and lobbied me. I refused to. So this time around, they went through President Rawlings. And President Rawlings also said he needed me to be around. So we went back and forth, back and forth. So he said, "Oh, Chen, yes, I want me few." So it was when he decided that I should go, that was when. And when I went to Mingo Pram constituency, there were only 2 buildings in which you find electricity. And this morning, there was a company this morning.
Yeah, doing the roads.
Yeah, not doing the roads, the Big and Tie factory.
Oh, okay.
So they had their own plant. And then 3 blocks away from the place was a friend of his who was also a contractor who had tapped from
this morning. Yeah.
That was it. The benefit of my going there wasn't only for electricity in Mingo Pram. But when I went there and then started going around, even though I heard from the place once more time, once in a while we go 1 week, then we're gone. When the place I go, we follow them. I didn't know the length and breadth of that, area. Until when Buzia came, and then he made my uncle chief executive of the Dangbe district. And the Dangbe district was all the way from Ada to Ho. One district. So what could he have done? And what could other people do in those days? So when I went down and then we went around the village and I saw the number of villages and the poverty. Well, self-help, people have to contribute. Where are you going to get the money from? The poverty. So I came. Well, when finally President Rawlings agreed that I should go, he said, "You channel, when you caught your blame on me, just open your eyes and watch what is happening during that area," because it was his time that Shai Osudoku and Dangbe West and Dangbe East was created. Shai Osudoku and the whole Pram area, Dangbe West at the time. Before later it was divided. So figure out what was happening there. And then the whole of Ada, and Ada is so big. There was no way they would have had electricity.
And it was a very healthy relationship because in 1993, luckily, I was appointed regional minister for Greater Accra. He was then AMA chief, and then later on he became sports minister. So it helped our relationship to grow further because as regional minister for Greater Accra, I was looking after his constituency and the like. And I remember the chairman PNDC and President Jerry Rawlings used to call us together and talk to us as Nyamime, oh Nyamime, we should try as much as possible to help the Dangbe grow. So 80 is somebody who is very dear to me. We used to quarrel a little, but we share a lot.
He polled a total valid vote of 15,677, representing 56.10%, defeating his opponent, Desmond Nene Kweno, who polled 1,569, which represent 5.60% of the total vote cast. After the NDC lost the 2000 elections, he continued as a member of parliament, winning in subsequent elections in 2004, 2008, and 2012, maintaining his seat until 2016.
Our relationship got closer when he joined us in Parliament, the second Parliament of the Fourth Republic in January 1997.
He once served as a minority chief whip in Parliament prior to the Ghanaian parliamentary election in 2008. In January 2009, when the NDC won majority in Parliament, he became the majority chief whip.
In the fourth Parliament, he became the deputy minority whip, and I moved from the chief whip of the minority side to become deputy leader. And so he joined the leadership of the House, and again we work closely to see how we can work together, strengthen the party, and win the 2008 election. And it was all over the place contributing his quota. When we won the election in 2008, 2009, because if you recollect, we have to go to time to settle scores there. And E.T. became the chief whip. The then leadership of the party took a decision that some of the experienced hands in the House should not go into the executive arm of government.
I was in Parliament for many years with him. We worked closely together, and he's held various positions, including what General referred to as the three wise men. Unfortunately, the media took it in a different way and misrepresented what the purpose of that appointment was. But he worked, anything he did, he gave his heart to it. And as for his commitment to the NDC, nobody can ever doubt his commitment.
At the beginning of the Fourth Republic, he was appointed Minister for Youth and Sport by President Jerry John Rawlings. E.T. Mensah held that position through both terms in Rawlings's regime.
One important incident I would like to relate to was when we won in 1992, and all of us, cadets and the youth, were rooting for E.T. to become the Minister for Youth and Sports. So we said, any other person that will be brought, we won't accept. Then we heard the announcement on radio, Minister for Youth and Sports, Mr. Enoch Tay Mensah. Then hell broke loose. All cadets met chanting revolutionary songs, charging on Justice Anand's office. He said, why? I said, what? We, the youth and cadets of this party, we said that it is our man. Who is this in October? So E.T., we don't want any entertainment, sir. You must put E.T. there, otherwise we will disagree. Then Justice Anand looked at us and laughed. He said, what is the full meaning of E.T.? None of us knew. Then he said, it is your man, entertainment who has been appointed. You see, that tells you how he was held in high esteem among the youth, among the Kedako, and all that. So we all go one day, so we can only thank God that he's been taken away after he has established his records within the party and in the history of Mother Ghana.
Because E.T. Mensah, as we all know him, was a man of many parts. His contribution to the youth of this country is unmeasurable. Most MPs, most of the young MPs in the Ghana's parliament who are members of the National Democratic Congress came through his hands. The sports development in this country as we find it today came through the hands of E.T. Mensah. The development of Greater Accra, E.T. played a very pivotal role. An expert in local government. The wisdom that E.T. Mensah had, one cannot contemplate it. E.T., as we celebrate his life, has left good footprints in the sands of time.
In January 2010, after a cabinet reshuffle, President John Evans Atta Mills appointed him Minister for Employment and Social Welfare. Mensah was a member of the Pan-African Parliament until January 2009, when he resigned after being appointed a member of state in January 2011. He was appointed Minister for Education following the resignation of Betty Maud Idrisu.
I remember till now when I resigned from office, he was the one as Minister of Education. He came and took over from me. And I remember the words of advice he gave me and his sorrow and his assurance to me that, well, he would never let go of my hand because we are partners in this exercise in politics. And we bring the brother and sisterhood of the Ghanaian. I remember the words up to today. Sister, Kashi nuku nuku gbe, nuwa ya ose, kunde no nuku ose. And there were much more deeper expressions of friendship and brotherhood arising out of certain political circumstances at that time, which endeared him to Alhaji, myself, and our inner family.
On February 12, 2021, E.T. Mensah was unanimously elected as a representative of the Council of State for Greater Accra region. Honorable E.T. Mensah was married with 7 children. He died in South Africa on October 1, 2023 at age 77. Mensah was awarded the Companion of the Order of Volta by President Kufuor's government.
That you should take heart. We shouldn't be mourning him, we should be celebrating him for what he's been able to achieve. Not many people live a life that he has lived, and so we should be proud of him. And so we do take heart with you and family in this time of difficulty.
So on behalf of the party, we wish to express our deepest condolences to the wife, children, and the family. He has played his role, and at a point, he became so endeared to us, the Keda fraternity, that
Adesan flow jiwo shimom babo modern ni oba pia yala ne ojuba ni wohe yala enye dipo e machine jemfiana kachi sumo wulu no mi eyo ke ha gadangbe ke nichuma pa ne bachu ke ha ka dangbe ke mamu fe ke jile fe mo fe mo yo se ni e ba fe no wulu ni ye wo history min denche yake abanga e sajin yeme.
E.T. Mensah always surrounded himself with people who wanted to work and who were intelligent. That is the hallmark of E.T. Mensah. That is what I have learned. Above all, he told me, Sam, never be corrupt. It is better, it's easier to spell integrity than to spell corruption. And that is what has made me Sam P. Yale. On this day, as I say what I'm saying, which I have written in details to contribute to a book he was writing, I want to tell my brother, master and mentor, rest in peace. You have done your best. My brother, Yawo Juba. E.T., like we all say, never dies. We shall remember him for a very long time. For NDC in particular, we must say that we owe E.T. a debt of gratitude, because his foresight and the many people he worked with, I'm sure will attest to how diligent, when E.T. says he's going to do something, he puts all his heart into it and ensure that whatever he has decided to do is achieved, and successfully so. What else can we say? Adios. The year, E.T. The year.
What a pity that I have to sit here today and pay this tribute. That we want not only our own party, our own comrades to know what E.T. meant to us, but as a party member, how he faithfully kept up the revolutionary tempo, how he faithfully discharged his duties to the cadres and to those at the grassroots, how he tried to live up to the onerous responsibility of being a minister of state and of the guidance, the counseling, and the words of wisdom that he was able to impart to a lot of the cabinet ministers, most of whom were his children. Ganyobi,
and did the best he could, even though he was not perfect. And may they remain comforted, and may they know that their son, their family man left indelible marks that history will remember very, very fondly. NDC as a party would be grateful. He was our first youth organizer. We salute him on behalf of our youth. We thank him for the service provided. They blaze the trail, they light a fire, and I can only promise him that we will work very hard to ensure that the dream that all of them had concerning this party and what this party should do concerning this country, we will do everything possible in our power to ensure that we can push that dream and also to inspire the young people just as they inspired us, so the younger generation behind us can also carry that torch, so that we can all achieve a great and strong Ghana under the guidance of the NPP. And we hope as we sing our anthem, saying that from victory unto victory, wherever they are, Jerry Rawlings, Atta Mills, E.T. Mensah, all the comrades departed, will be happy knowing that the party they left behind is only growing stronger and leading from victory to victory and pushing a nation that truly is great, is strong. Rest in peace, Washe. Rest in peace, senior comrade. May the Almighty continue to overshadow you and give comfort to your family.
For many, Honorable E.T. Mensah will forever remain a doyen of Ghana's politics, a father, a priest, and a mentor. E.T. Mensah will forever be remembered.